And welcome everyone to another edition of the HYTORC Solution Series. I'm Tony Marino, and today I'm joined by the Chief Engineer here at HYTORC, and that's Mike Dolan. Mike, thanks a lot for joining us today as we address fleet bolting maintenance. That is what we're looking at today. Again, this is about HYTORC hearing the challenges that are out in the field that you're facing and then addressing those with the HYTORC standard. Superior quality, superior technology, and of course, superior customer support. That is how HYTORC is addressing this challenge. That's what they're using to address that challenge. We're going to begin today with the Lion Gun and tell you how we're addressing fleet maintenance. Take a look at this short video.
The Lion Gun electric torque tool offers unmatched portability and convenience for industrial bolting. This tool delivers powerful calibrated torque in a lightweight package. The 18-volt lithium-ion battery is quickly charged and provides long runtime. The brushless motor delivers greater speed and efficiency, resulting in longer tool life. A sleek, ergonomic handle provides a firm and comfortable grip. The design is engineered with low noise and vibration for quiet and smooth bolting. The LCD screen and user-friendly interface provide faster setup and operation. Built-in data recording captures results for quality assurance and job documentation. The dual spline drive accommodates a wide range of bolting and fastener configurations. The Lion Gun sets the standard for safer, faster, and simpler bolting. The HYTORC standard. Never settle for less.
And Mike Dolan, we bring you in on this, and for truck and fleet wheel bolting, the Lion Gun really has what you guys are hearing out there. The Lion Gun addresses the challenges that they're facing.
Yes, Tony, that's true. The Lion Gun is a product that was actually designed for this market. It's a lighter weight tool with a price and economy of scale that makes sense for fleets and the trucking industry. It's a battery-powered lithium-ion tool. It does have a brushless motor. It's a very rugged tool. It goes up to 700 foot-pounds in output. On the bottom end, they go down to 35 foot-pounds. The battery is 18-volt lithium-ion. It's got a large graphical user interface. It's probably the only tool on the market like that. The display is all graphical, makes it very intuitive and user-friendly. Fast and smooth operation. If you're used to working in transportation fleets, you're accustomed to very noisy and loud tools or heavier tools also. This tool is lightweight, quiet, smooth, and it's got real nice features such as Bluetooth communications that actually communicates data and documentation of the work you did back to the cloud or back to an app or device.
And we want to continue to hear the challenges that are going on out in the field. And once again, we're going to head out and visit with one of our territory managers, and that's Jim Reese. He's down in Florida, and he was able to share some time via video. And we want to welcome Jim Reese, who's the territory manager down in Florida. Jim, thanks a lot for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Jim, if you could tell us about a bolting challenge that you faced in the transportation industry.
Sure. In Florida, we had a large utility ask us for help with their fleet wheel bolting. They were interested in making sure that the wheels on their trucks were bolted properly. In particular, they wanted to make sure that each wheel lug was tightened to the torque spec. That torque spec is 450 foot-pounds.
Well, that is quite a challenge. What was the solution that you guys came up with?
So we introduced the customer to the Lion Gun. The Lion Gun provides the confidence that you're putting the right amount of torque on the application. You can also document and show that you put that proper torque on the lug nut. Another big thing for them was that the product is lightweight and easy to use. When you're torquing at 450 foot-pounds all day, it's a lot of effort and strain on the individual. When you use the Lion Gun, the tool does all the work for you. The job is easier and therefore safer on the worker.
And of course, support is such a large part of what you guys do at HYTORC. What type of support did you offer for this solution?
So in this case, we deployed guns to 17 different sites. So we provided training for each individual site and each individual mechanic. We also have a mobile service capability that can provide them on-site maintenance and calibration. So the fact that we are in the state and that we can deploy quickly to their location was a big factor in them choosing HYTORC.
Jim, we truly appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Well, we discussed it earlier in the segment, but certainly hearing the challenges from out in the field, and that's where we're able to go out to the HYTORC guys, the boots on the ground, if you will. They're hearing the challenges that you're facing. And now we head out to talk to Glenn Lickness. He's an area manager out in Minnesota, and we were able to catch up with him via video. And now it's time to welcome Glenn Lickness, who's the area manager for HYTORC out in Minnesota. Glenn, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Glenn, could you tell us about a bolting challenge that you faced in the transportation industry?
Here in Minnesota, we were approached by a large trucking company. They had over 500 vehicles, and they had problems with their bolting procedures on their wheels. So we went in there, and then we talked to them about what their procedure was, and they were using impact wrenches and clicker bars, and they were not consistently hitting that 475 foot-pounds. With 500 vehicles in their fleet, it seemed they needed to be more accurate, and we came to them with a solution.
And what was that solution?
The solution was the Lion Gun 700. They loved it. It was easy to use. It was reliable. They consistently could hit the 475 foot-pounds they were targeting. Because it was so cost-effective, they ended up purchasing 31 guns for their company. And from there, they just love the ease of use and the reliability of it.
And what type of ongoing support do you offer the customer?
We offer annual calibration, upgrades to the Lion Gun when they're available. Purchasing 31 guns got them a discount on any trade-ins in the future. And in the long run, that customer is extremely satisfied, and I'm proud to represent HYTORC into making them a success.
How would you define the overall experience you think for the customer?
The overall experience was first rate. We treat every customer like they are a family, so we were aware of their safety, their concerns, everything else, and we provided the service, and in the long run they ended up loving us and even referring us to other customers.
Glenn, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Recently, HYTORC introduced a groundbreaking tool for the industry, and it certainly applies here when we're talking about fleet bolting and maintenance, of course, and that is the Lithium Series 2. Check out this short video.
HYTORC introduces the next generation battery-powered electric bolting tool, the Lithium Series 2, an evolution in bolting technology. The familiar portable and ergonomic tool delivers major improvements in durability, functionality, and usability. A built-in transducer directly measures the torque applied, delivering high-quality, traceable results. Efficiency is improved more than 10% by the all-new brushless motor. The all-aluminum handle provides unsurpassed protection and durability. Dual-speed gearboxes are 20% stronger for greater reliability under heavy loads. Gearboxes and handles are nickel-plated, providing corrosion protection. The new series includes a 5,000 foot-pound model to handle greater loads. The new rear shock guard protects the LCD screen and buttons. A work light enhances visibility and safety. Viewing is much easier with the new high-resolution LCD screen. Hall effect sensors improve trigger reliability. The sliding directional switch makes changing direction easier. The graphical interface and intuitive menu system significantly improves usability. The new Snug feature helps bring bolting surfaces into alignment. A hierarchy of 5 administrative levels provides secure access to all tool functions. Expansion of job data management features allow greater flexibility and efficiency in verifying work performed. Wireless Bluetooth is now standard, making data acquisition and printing easier. Expanded settings allow finer control of bolting operations and user preferences. New advanced bolting functionalities significantly expands the operational capability of the tool. Compatible with standard reaction arms, the HYTORC washer, and the HYTORC nut, this tool provides the world's safest and most efficient bolting solutions. The Lithium Series 2 from HYTORC sets the standard for portable, efficient, and safe bolting.
And Mike, I mentioned the word groundbreaking with this tool, and not only was it groundbreaking across multiple industries, but talk about it and its application here, the Lithium Series 2, to this, what we're talking about today, and that's, of course, fleet maintenance and bolting.
Yeah, the LST tool is absolutely a game changer for the industrial applications. unlike other tools that you'll see in the marketplace, this is an all aluminum, rugged, robust tool. It's got a tremendous output capacity. These tools go as low as 250 foot-pounds on the output range and all the way up to 5,000 foot-pounds. So you can imagine the type of applications, undercarriage, axle work, anything that you can imagine in a fleet, you can operate with this tool. There literally isn't a fastener you couldn't break free with something like this. It's larger battery. It's got a 36-volt lithium-ion battery, which gives you twice the output capacity, meaning it will last twice as long as our Lion gun that we'd shown you earlier. And that really increases the durability and increases the flexibility. And so this tool is really the most versatile tool in our lineup. It also has the same graphical user interface with all kinds of new features. The wireless Bluetooth is available. It can talk to an app, and it can do almost anything that you could imagine a torque tool would do, and it does it in a very reliable and robust packaging.
Safety is a challenge that many of you are forced to address on your projects, and HYTORC as well is tuned into it every day. How can they make your job safer and, of course, increase quality as well, but keep them safe? HandArm Vibration safety is a key challenge in the industry, and it's something that HYTORC has addressed.
Operators still using impact wrenches are at high risk of developing an injury known as HandArm Vibration syndrome. Employers facing rising injuries are striving to reduce risk and meet health and safety standards. Risk is categorized as low, medium, or high based on the vibration intensity and the exposure. Administrative controls are often required to limit the use of impact wrenches. Employers are discovering torque tools provide an attractive alternative to impact wrenches for bolting jobs. Studies show torque tools have 10 times less vibration than impact wrenches without the administrative burden. Electric torque tools deliver industrial strength power with smooth operation. Pneumatic torque tools handle heavy bolting jobs with very low operating vibration. HYTORC's superior technology allows for continuous use while taking the worry out of vibration exposure. HYTORC is setting the standard for enhanced HandArm vibration safety. The HYTORC standard. Never settle for less.
HandArm vibration safety is an emerging challenge in the industry, something, Mike, that you guys are hearing more and more about, and it's something that HYTORC tools have been addressing for a while.
Yeah, Tony, that's really true. HandArm vibration syndrome is a very dangerous situation where if you use a tool that vibrates at high frequency or high amplitude and low frequency for extended periods of time, it can really affect the overall health of your limbs, and so there's been some occupational exposure limits that have been set up by various governments around the world, and they really limit how much time an operator can spend with a tool that introduces these kind of vibrations into his body. And so as long as you reduce the exposure to a very, very limited small time, maybe in the order of an hour and a half over a week, you can possibly reduce the risk of serious injury. But what we've come to realize is that our battery tools solve that problem completely. They absolutely offer no occupational risk of hand-arm vibration syndrome because they don't have any vibrating components. Essentially, they are smooth, quiet tools. And beyond that, when you think about just the amount of noise that an impact tool makes and how that affects your hearing, these tools are really the safest thing on the market for doing bolting work.
So we've talked about the Lithium Series 2. We've also talked about the Lion gun. And there's a wheel extension that we're going to tell you about too. It's the auto-indexing wheel gun extension. Check out this short video. And Mike, why don't you tell about this extension? As I mentioned, we talked about the Lion Gun, we talked about the Lithium Series 2. This is something that works with those tools.
Yeah, Tony, I'd be happy to do that. In fact, I'll probably just show the extension. It might be easier, but it is a really important thing to understand about these battery tools. There are certain accessories that are needed, extensions. So when you're operating one of these battery tools, you're going to have an extension. This is the extension right here. And if you look, you'll see that the portion that drives the socket or drives the nut is a socket. That socket is right in here. And in order to create all that torque and to drive that nut, on some of these wheel bolts on transportation fleets or truck fleets, you put around 500 foot-pounds on those fasteners. And to create that kind of torque without a very long wrench, you need a reaction point. And so what we'll do is we'll use the adjacent nut, and we use this little loop here to go over the adjacent nut, and that grounds us and allows us to tighten the fastener while reacting on the adjacent nut. One of the challenges with doing that is indexing. When you go to put this tool over the fastener, the 12-point or 6-point hex in here needs to line up with the hex on the nut that's on the wheel at the same time that this lines up with the adjacent fastener. That can be challenging. Doesn't always work out that it lines up on the first stroke. So you're basically needing to index the tool. What this tool does is it automatically indexes. How does it do that? It's quite simple. The socket is on a spring-loaded mechanism. So when you put it down over the nut and you push it down on the flange or on the wheel, it recesses, just like that. And when you recess it like that, you can just pull the trigger and it will automatically engage with the nut as soon as it turns far enough to where it's indexed. So that's an automatic indexing reaction fixture. And when you put this lightweight fixture on the end of the tool and it automatically indexes, it's simple as just putting the tool on, pulling the trigger, and wait until it's finished. It's quiet, it's smooth, and it puts a tremendous amount of torque. This tool itself, up to 700 foot-pounds without the need for any mechanical or manual force being applied.
And this is the HYTORC Solution Series. And of course, it's about giving solutions to you, hearing your challenges. And the latest, and this is really breaking news, if you will, it's the latest in the industry, and that's the Griptight nut. Check out this short video.
Commercial truck and fleet operators require innovative solutions to control rising costs. The HYTORC Griptight wheel nut provides an instant upgrade that lowers the cost of fleet maintenance. This replacement product is a two-part design consisting of a nut and an attached free-spinning washer. It is compatible with international standards in commercial vehicles across the world. The high-strength design prevents nuts from coming loose, even under heavy loads. The polymer-coated washer reduces friction and creates consistent translation of torque into clamping force. The unique washer geometry is designed to mate with the reaction socket. During installation, the washer provides a fixed reaction surface that counters the force turning the nut. Tightening nuts with the stationary reaction washer provides advantages in safety, accuracy, and consistency. Griptight nuts can still be tightened or loosened with impact and manual wrenches. However, operators are discovering the advantage of using electric battery-operated torque tools in delivering more accurate and repeatable torque. These tools offer lower noise, reduced vibration, integrated data capture, and many other fleet maintenance benefits. The Griptight nut combined with HYTORC electric torque tools sets the standard for faster, safer, and more reliable vehicle wheel bolting. The HYTORC standard. Never settle for less.
And Mike, I mentioned this is the latest. I mean, this is about advancing in the industry. Tell us more about the Griptight nut.
Yes, Tony, I actually have one right here and I can show it to you. This is quite an advancement, and it's very simple. It's one of the more simple things we've ever done. HYTORC's been doing industrial fasteners for over 50 years. And in those 50 years, we've worked with a lot of large fasteners. In general, most of the applications we work on have torque values that are upwards of 1,000 foot-pounds. We even go up to 100,000 foot-pounds sometimes. So we often have to deal with reaction points. Reaction points mean we have to push off of something. You can't tighten a fastener to 50,000 foot-pounds by pulling on a wrench. The wrench would be just too long. It might need to be 150 feet long. And so what you do is you use a reaction point. What we're doing now, as I showed you with this wheel gun extension, the auto indexing extension, is that we're now reacting on fasteners to create the clamping force we need. What we realized is that a good portion of the fleet wheels in the transportation industry actually have nuts that already include washers. And you can see this washer here. It's called a swivel washer. It's actually connected to the nut. It's a two-piece unit, but they're wedged together. They never come apart, and there's always a washer with this nut. So what we were able to do is put some simple features on this washer that allow us, and you can see these features in the slide here, the little scallop cuts. They allow us to rotationally couple the reaction point of our tool with the washer, so we can then turn the nut without working or pushing off of anything external. That removes the need for side load. It makes it so that you could never pinch a finger, so it makes it very safe. It allows us to accomplish very consistent loads without the side load. What we're able to do is basically give you all the conventional benefits of typical fasteners that are on these wheels right now, and remove all the drawbacks that you have right now. In other words, you don't need to use an impact gun. You don't need to use a big clicker wrench. You can literally take one tool, put it on there, pull the trigger, and create the load you need in a precise, controlled, and safe manner. The other nice thing about this nut is compatible with existing tools. While you get a lot of benefits with this nut when you use it with a HYTORC line tool or LST tool and our reaction fixture, you don't have to have that tool. You can actually use this tool with a standard wrench or standard clicker wrench or standard impact wrench if you need it. So it's not handicapping you in any way, but it's providing you tremendous benefits. And so these fasteners are very common already. They're almost, if you look at any wheel bolting application on a transportation fleet, this is by far the most common fastener in the world right now, especially in the United States market. And essentially, all we're doing is making a little tweak to that to make all these bolts a lot easier to work with. So this is a really simple, but very new, innovative approach to making bolting on transportation equipment much easier and safer.
HYTORC continually using technology to address the challenges that you're facing out in the field. Of course, technology, the next step level is the app. And for that, we go to the HYTORC Fleet Sequencer app. Check out this short video.
The new Fleet Sequencer app from HYTORC is helping truck and fleet operators control maintenance costs. When used with HYTORC electric torque tools, the app improves service reliability and quality. At the start of service, the operator quickly retrieves vehicle wheel maintenance details. The graphical interface identifies each wheel to service, avoiding possible mistakes. Bolting specifications are automatically sent to the tool to ensure proper torque is applied. A graphical bolting pattern helps the operator follow the proper sequence. The app communicates wirelessly with the tool in real time to validate tightening and reports any error. When all lugs are tightened, results can be printed and exported. Not just for wheels, the app supports any multi-pass bolting sequence on the vehicle. The app guides the operator through multi-pass sequences, verifying torque at each step. Operators can add notes and comments to the job record. An administrator can build a database of vehicles with customized configurations. The HYTORC Fleet Sequencer app has set a new standard for managing fleet bolting maintenance.
Mike, the Fleet Sequencer app, really it's about utilizing technology, combining technology, and it's what your customers need out there. Data collection is a key part of this app as well.
Yes, absolutely, Tony. We've run into a lot of situations where people were trying to figure out exactly what went wrong when something came apart, and they just didn't have the paper trail to prove it. Okay, so maybe they think they installed the bolts correctly, but something came loose, something came free, and they're trying to put the story back together. That's one of the main reasons that people are really migrating to battery tools. Battery tools or any electric tool allows you now to collect data and communicate it to a device, communicate it to something like an app or a cloud. And our battery guns are no exception. All of them do this. They will actually communicate to a live app, and it will keep track of everything that the operator does with that tool. Very, very valuable feature for these tools. Without it, it's really hard to say a job was done right with any level of certainty. We keep the tools very, very simple to use. They're graphical user interfaces. And there's a lot of complexity for setting things up that can easily be done on an app or a device. So you don't have to do all that in the tool. You can do it in the tool also, but there's apps that make all of this real easy. So it's a very simple thing to set up, very simple thing to take advantage of. And it will do things like do error checking, data capture, and it will even produce reports. So I can show you an example of what that looks like. I'm going to do a little demo, so I'm going to put on my safety glasses and my other safety equipment, including a pair of gloves. So this tool here that I'm going to demo on is our Lithium Series 2, the LST. The LST tool is the 36-volt gun that we talked about. It has a driver on it, a self-reacting driver for operating the Griptight nut. We'll do some Griptight nut operations to show you how the data capture works. It's a real simple setup. The tool is actually powered up already. Real simple, you just press a button to turn it on, and then you put it onto the application. This tool has already been paired with this app here. And this app is going to keep track of how I tighten these bolts. If I do anything wrong, it's also going to tell me to stop, and it's going to document accordingly. So if I pull the trigger right now, and I let go of it, it beeps. I don't know if you could hear that. And it tells me that I released the trigger prematurely. I did not tighten a bolt. The app is actually waiting for me to tighten up bolt number 1 right now. Until I do that, nothing else can happen. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten bolt number 1. The beautiful thing is here, I want you to realize I'm going to put 500 foot-pounds on this bolt here, and I am not going to put any stress on my body. I'm not going to need to pull on a wrench. I'm not going to have to hear the impacting gun affecting my ears, and I'm not going to see any hand-arm vibrations. I'm literally just going to put the gun onto the fastener and simply pull the trigger. And the fastener is tight. And once I'm finished, the app is going to tell me that I finished and it's okay to go to the next bolt. So number 1 is tightened. It's now telling me it wants me to go to number 2. In order to do that, I just migrate over to fastener number 2. I put the tool on, I pull the trigger, and I wait for the tool to do the work. When done, I wait for the app to record the results. It's actually telling me when I did it. And it's recording the torque I applied. I can now move on to the next fastener. That'd be number 3, follow a star pattern, do the whole wheel, and I've tightened the entire wheel without stressing my body, my hands, my ears in any way, using a very lightweight tool and not exposing myself to any risk or any concern of pinching a finger because there's no reaction points on this tool. It's using a self-reacting Griptight nut that allows you to do this in the safest way conceivable.
Well, a lot of information that we were able to share with you today, and Mike, of course, the demonstration showing you there's a lot of material. It's all about challenges that you're facing, and it's HYTORC, and the HYTORC standard is to utilize that superior quality, superior technology, superior customer service to address those challenges that you have out there. The support is available, whether it's training for these tools as well, and of course, coming out, on-site surveys, checking things out for you. It's all available through that customer support. That's what HYTORC offers. And you, of course, can get to that anytime. Go to the website, give us a call. If you want to talk to a rep, anybody can help. Mike, thanks so much for your time today. We truly appreciate it.
No problem. Happy to do it. Thanks for having me.
And of course, you can follow us anytime. HYTORC, you've got the website, social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Make sure you check us out and make sure you stay tuned to those social media channels to check out when the next HYTORC Solution Series segment will be. For Mike Dolan, I'm Tony Marino saying, have a great day, everyone.